Hello everybody, so we're finally back at the wheel with day 101, which is a top comment. It was quad open, mid path ninja, and mid path alchemist, which was kind of crazy. Before I get into this run, day 102 is also a top comment because in one of the VODs from day 99, which was lost, that was spun top comment, but it didn't make it into the video and I forgot to mention it there. So in the comments here, you can put down a map, hero, path 1, path 2, and I'll pick my favorite. It could even be a custom map. Just make sure that it's going to be kind of compatible, at least somewhat, with what I'm going to be playing on Chimps mode and with those towers too. So I know we haven't like spun the wheel itself in quite a long time, and it's going to be an even longer time. Must have been like over a month, by like 2 months by the time we get to it. But we definitely will be doing some more wheel spins in the future and pushing on past day 100. That's not going to be the end of it. There's definitely a lot of combinations that are definitely very fun out there that we didn't do. I just said definitely like 60 bajillion times. Yeah. Anyways, moving on to this challenge itself. It was kind of crazy. I did actually 3 attempts on this, and I ended up getting it without using bugged condor, which is quite cool. The second attempt required using bugged condor, but I didn't even like beat 100 on that, so it doesn't really matter. And then I did it again, and it took forever on round 98, but eventually I was able to beat round 98 without bugged condor, which is cool. So basically what made this hard was Grand Sabo. I went and I got Grand Sabo. So the first attempt I was actually trying to go for total transformation with like the ninjas, and it was just a total mess with open. My approach was really bad, and after that I didn't really want to try like total transformation more, so I went and did something a bit different, and I'm going for a transforming tonic spam. So I'm gonna have just 4 of these guys transforming tonics, and we'll get Grand Sabo in there too, which was way harder than I thought. Oben's actually really cool. Oben and a Druid of the Storm itself, are just those 2 guys are really strong, especially Alk buffed Oben. So that was pretty nice to be able to just solo the top lane with that for a while, but it eventually got to me. The level 20 trees are really good if you could do like a double stack on the trees, but some power was kind of missing compared to like other heroes, but he's alright. It wasn't like bad. I think the real issue is that G Sabo was a huge cash sink. The thing is that it's like practically just a double Sabo. That 20% health reduction doesn't really bring much to the table in Chimps, honestly, and if you want to use it, you're going to have to use the Grand Sabo at a really bad time in order to even take advantage of it in the first place. So I was paying 23,000 extra for a double Sabo, and in this setup, you do not need a double Sabo, you need a single Sabo, so it's pretty much a $23,000 cash waste. Like, there was no point in even getting the Grand Sabo upgrade itself, but for the challenge, I had to get it, so doing this with like forced to get 23k extra is kind of a little bit of a different thing than just beating quad chimps with Oben and a transforming tonic spam. I was able to get through the mid game in like the early 90s fairly easily, but when it came to 98, I really didn't have much of anything. I was able to have like all the necessary support that you need. I had Condor there, not the bugged version. We just had the regular Condor and got away with it. Like Moab Glue, the Imbrits, Druid of the Storm, all that blah 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 stuff. But I really didn't have enough damage. I only had 4 4 transforming tonics, which really isn't enough. Like 2 on each lane, that isn't really a whole lot I'm working with. Spines on the bottom, kind of open trees at the top. I had to use like a double tree kind of thing, and there just wasn't a whole lot of money because all this money was cooped up in a Grand Sabo that was kind of useless. Like one single Sabo's fine, but spending 23k extra for something that I definitely did not need, like this definitely isn't a setup that will require 2 Sabos. It was just kind of crazy. And then Grand Sabo didn't even do anything for 100 because it doesn't like come back after a reload last round. I ended up being $14 spare for the double FS on 100, which is kind of crazy. I also did have to buy double FS, so that was a big thing to do, so I can like really spend my money on 98. But with $14 extra, I was able to get the reactor and the first strike, which allowed me to double first strike and just barely win. We were also like really close on damage too. So the result end of this was kind of crazy, so close in many aspects, but I was just barely able to squeeze by on the second attempt of like this kind of approach, third attempt in general, so which this definitely took longer than the average challenge. But to you who submitted that, well, there you go. There's your crazy wheel day. And hopefully we'll do something a little less stressful for day 102. That's all, and enjoy some music and goodbye. Thanks for watching. If you want to help out the channel, you can check out these new videos, like and subscribe for more content, support the channel by becoming a member, and joining the Discord to chat with the community. Bye!